Hi everybody, welcome to your horoscopes for this week. These are the horoscopes for the week ending July 18th, 2015. And we got some really exciting horoscopes for you this week. But really quick, it's almost time for one of the shows of the year here in California. And I say it's one of the shows of the year here in California because the Heavy Metal Psychic will be there live doing readings. That's Metal in the Mountains, and it's going to be coming at you in Dunsmuir, California on August 1st. Check out Facebook and type in Metal in the Mountains to be able to find the event. Check it out, get the address, see where it is, join the event, and be there live in person for the all-day heavy metal extravaganza with HMP there doing readings all day long. Hey, you get to meet me and listen to some kick-ass music all day long. I'd say that that's a win-win. Not to mention that it's out in the trees and in the mountains and the river there and everything. It's pretty awesome. So if you're anywhere in the area, it's definitely worth the trip to come out for the weekend. There's camping and hotels available. And because the town is so awesome, mention Metal in the Mountains anywhere and you probably get a discount for the weekend. But we're going to get to the horoscopes because we got a lot of action going on this week, and we're going to get started, as we usually do, with Aries. As Mercury joins the T-squared position that Uranus has with the Sun, Mars, and Pluto this week, it is going to cause some difficulties, especially as it makes you feel like you're standing in the middle of the destruction of everything you've built up until this point, just kind of sort of falling around your ears. It's these types of destructions that seem to affect the relationships, the home life, and even the really important career and your main goals. Now, these things happen, of course, because we don't live in a perfect world, unfortunately, and we need these challenges in order for us to really understand what's really important and what it is that we're doing. And the heaviness of the aspect is really that it's going to feel like the support that you had just flew out the window. But at the same time, Uranus is trine with Jupiter and Venus and the moon at the end of the week really show you on a very deep emotional level just how much support you have, and in some cases from very unlikely sources, or maybe sources that you hadn't expected to get the support from. This support is there to give you some new fresh ideas, but the main thing is that this aspect is there to really show you what you can do. So it's time to really get down to business, not allow the emotions to really rule or stand in your way. Fix what you gotta fix, work on what you gotta work on, and not let the piddly BS that happens in all of these situations get the best of you. Work through it, because that's what you Rams are really, really, really known for, is getting it done regardless of what you have to do it. But as this aspect starts to break up next week and the week after, things are going to start to break up too and become a little bit easier and definitely a lot smoother. So this week, difficulties, yes, but nobody can handle them better than you guys can. So you guys have a great week with that. Taurus, this week as the week centers around worries and difficulties in regards to finances and in some cases your own personal growth towards your goals and dreams, and even on an internal level, is going to have you a little bit frustrated this week, especially when you seem to feel that same old feeling like you just, no matter what you do, you're not getting ahead. And this is a very heavy and frustrating feeling indeed for you guys. This is not a new thing. This is something that's happened over and over again. As you look back on your life, you can see. And the frustration becomes so overwhelming, it literally feels like your feet are nailed to the floor and you just can't get forward. Nothing you do seems to be successful. And this is definitely heavy indeed. This mindset and the worry and the frustrations over not being able to do or to have what it is that you want to have become a mindset that literally does nail your feet to the floor. And it also gets in the way of any kind of forward progress in order to be able to have the things that you want or that you know you deserve. So this week, dare to work on that mindset. If you're looking at money and you're finding yourself in the position where you always either just barely have enough or you don't have enough to cover everything, and you can never get ahead when it comes to finances, and even in some cases your own personal growth, this week it's really time to work on this right here, how you're seeing it, and give yourself permission to let go of the worry, the frustration, even the control over the overall situation and where it ends up. Now that control thing is a really difficult thing to let go of. I know this because I'm a control freak myself. Self-proclaimed control freak, but it's true. It is difficult. But sometimes when we're so focused on one thing, we're not allowing things to flow the way that they're supposed to. So give yourself permission to eliminate that worry, that frustration, even that control, and open yourself up to the abundance of what you deserve to have on many levels, not just in financial levels, but on a personal level as well, because it doesn't always come to you in the form of actual money. A lot of times it comes to you in the form of many different things. Be open to all of them, open to the blessings, and above all, very, very, very grateful for those blessings, because it's that gratefulness, it's that gratitude that really says, I'm open to receive more. When you start to worry that it's not enough, what you're actually saying is, I really don't want the abundance. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to shut the door to your abundance. It's time for you to believe that you deserve these things and stop worrying about what you don't have right now. When you change that mindset, you change your whole world. And I guarantee that because I've done it, been there, and lived it. So you guys have a great week with that. Gemini, the moon kicks off the week in your sign Sunday and Monday, and though it seems like a little bit of a bumpy start on Sunday, by Monday, when she moves into grand sextile position with Uranus, Jupiter, and Venus, she is bringing beautiful blessings when it comes to your goals and dreams, and even moves into your career there just a little bit. Now, these are goals and dreams that are really, really those ones that have a deep emotional meaning to you. And these are those goals that you kind of sort of say in your mind, if I can't put 100% into this, I'm not putting anything into it. Thus, because typical Geminis have so many things going on, they'll tend to put it on the back burner and avoid it. But it's these goals and dreams that really resonate inside of you, that have the most meaning to everything you're going to accomplish in your lifetime. And it's important to get them moving in order to see them manifest themselves. Now, you don't have to stop everything that you're doing and focus on that one thing, because let's face it, Geminis are really happy focusing on multiple things at once anyways. But you can start the process in small steps. Have it there. It does not mean that, you do a little bit of it and then you walk away. It's constant work to it, and don't put a time limit on it, because you don't need to put a time limit on it. It will develop in its time. The biggest thing for you guys is to allow it to flow the way that it's supposed to flow into the beautiful thing that it is going to become in the end. And it doesn't matter how much time it takes for that to happen. It could take 5 minutes, it could take 50 years. As long as it happens, that's what's important. So this week with this grand sextile, she really is going to be planting some beautiful seeds that turn into ideas to help get you started on these goals that are the most important to you, just so that you can start the process rolling of being able to get them done, and therefore take them out of that stagnant, I'll get to it later position, because these are definitely the goals that you want to achieve, because these are the ones that really are going to mean the most. So you guys, good luck with that, and have a great week. Cancer, happy birthday to all the Cancers born this week. As Mercury moves into that T-squared position with the Sun, Mars, Pluto, and Uranus, it seems like a really nasty party going on in your sign, unfortunately. And it's definitely going to feel, you're definitely going to feel the weight of heaviness when it comes to your career. It seems that no matter what it is that you try to do, you just can't move forward in the goals and the career goals that you seek, because there's always somebody, especially loved ones in particular, that feel like an anchor that are keeping you from moving forward. And this can be really, really difficult on an emotional level, especially for you Cancers, because you feel these things so deeply. In some cases, you're going to find people who maybe don't resonate with what it is that you're doing, and maybe the few guilt trips here and there and words to kind of sort of make you feel bad about what it is that you are doing in an attempt to stop doing what it is that you're doing. Now, this doesn't always mean that they think that what you're doing is bad. A lot of the times it's just that the focus isn't on them like they would like it to be. But at the same time, it's not all bad, because there's Mars and Mercury trine with Saturn, and at the same time, the Sun trines with Neptune. You're going to have these two beautiful aspects that come in there together to really help you out when it comes to showing you how this pattern has taken place in the past, and just how many times you allowed those words to stop you from moving forward. And it also shows you that it didn't really do anybody any good in the end. The biggest thing that you can teach those people, especially those people that you love the most, is to chase their dreams and follow the inner callings of the heart. That's what's important. And if you're doing this, you're following your own heart's desire. And it's important for you to teach others to do the same. So whether they're nasty or just plain needy for attention, the biggest thing that you're teaching them right now is no matter what happens, you're going to go for the gold and get what you want. And you want to show them that they deserve to do that as well. It's the best gift you can really give these people in either situation. Those that are being a little bit on the nasty side, give them love because they need it the most. And if you can't give it to them because you're frustrated, which I totally understand, ask the universe and your guides or your angels to give it to them, because they do need it the most. Otherwise, they wouldn't be acting like that. So, are you going to let somebody stand in your way this time, or are you going to do what you need to do? I'm hoping that you're going to do what you need to do, and I'm there to back you up every step in the way. So you guys have a great week with that. Leo, as Jupiter and Venus are still in that squared position with Saturn for Venus's last week in your sign for a little bit. She's about to go retrograde in a couple of weeks, and then she'll be back. But for right now, she's about to leave your sign, almost out at the end of the week. And her squared position with Saturn is going to be a heavy one, especially as she shows you your own responsibilities when it comes to you feeling like you're not receiving the love that you deserve on different levels. But at the same time, Jupiter and Venus continue to be trined with Uranus this week, showing you all the beautiful, multifaceted ways that you do receive love. The biggest thing is with this Saturn aspect that it's showing you is not to settle for less than what you deserve. Especially Leos. Oftentimes, Leos can be the peacemaker, often sacrificing their needs and wants in order to keep the peace as a whole. And in some cases, just having at least what they do have and settling for that. And you know what? You don't ever have to settle for anything. You should have exactly what you require and what you need out of life, not settling for less than you deserve. This aspect in this trine with Uranus says, don't settle for anything less than you deserve, and the amount of love that you will receive will be absolutely amazing. And you're also opening yourself to be able to manifest exactly what you want and ignore whatever it is that you don't want coming to you. Now, this aspect also has a beautiful effect on all of the people around you, because you're also showing them that they have the power and the ability to do that too. So it's worth it to you, and also worth it to those that you tend to bend the rules for a little bit just to keep the peace. You're not keeping the peace for them either, any more than you're denying yourself your own peace when it comes down to it. So it actually turns out to be better for everybody involved if you just only hold out for exactly what you deserve and don't settle for anything less. because you guys are wearing the crown, right? If you guys are wearing the crown, you deserve everything. So you guys have a great week with that. Virgo, we're going to start the week off with some luck for you guys this week as the part of fortune kicks off the week Sunday through about Tuesday, and it's luck in love for you guys this week. Now, Venus is about to move into your sign. She's just about cusping Virgo by the end of this week. So the effects of her squared position with Saturn and her trine with Uranus can already be felt for you guys this week because she's moving in so close. Now, this squared position with Saturn, actually both of these aspects coming together, is really teaching you and showing you how much you deserve to be loved. But before you can get that love from other people, one must first give it unconditionally to themselves. When you set the intention that you deserve a certain type of love and you give that to yourself by caring for yourself in certain ways, accepting yourself for every part, good and bad, because we're all made up of good and bad elements. It's the yin-yang concept, you know. And all of those things, what you wind up doing is you also set the intention and put it out there to manifest that love reciprocated right back to you. Because as you're giving it to yourself, you're also projecting that out to everybody else around you. This isn't about being selfish and saying, I'm the best person in the world. Don't know any Virgos that do that. This isn't about being egotistical. This is about looking at yourself and saying, you know what? I love me. I love me enough to only accept what I know that I deserve. And I refuse to accept what I don't deserve. So nothing half-assed for you guys. It's all or nothing when it comes to love. But first, you have to start loving yourself completely before you can expect to get that back from other people. And when you do that, the results are going to be amazing. I guarantee it. So you guys, enjoy that luck and all that love and have a great week with that. Libra, it's lucky to be you this week as the part of fortune is in your sign Wednesday through the end of the week, and it's a very good week to get things done. With this part of fortune energy, there's a lot of energy to finish up some things that need to be finished up and even start some things that maybe have been ideas that you've been wanting to work on, you just haven't had the time, as well as other projects that may be ongoing. You're not starting them right now and you're not finishing them right now. But there's a lot of energy to get a lot of things done. This week is also very favorable for some brand new good opportunities to be thrown in your path. And they may not be things that you saw coming, but they're definitely amazing opportunities if you choose to take them on. So it might be some new projects starting up too this week. You never know. There's lots of energy to get things done, and there's lots of energy to shine being you and really showing the world just how awesome you are. So you got to seize that moment, seize that energy, and use it, because you don't want to waste energy like this. Lots of different things are looking to get accomplished this week if you make the choice to do that. So you guys have a great week with that. Scorpio, as Saturn's squared position continues with Jupiter and Venus this week, it is going to be a little bit of a heavy aspect, as it seems still like people are only there on your side when it's convenient or good for them, or in some ways they can get something out of it. And people's opinions can be very loud this week about what it is that you're doing. But the good news is Saturn's trine with Mars and Mercury give you the fire, the drive, the ambition, and the proper communication to see big advancements when it comes to your career and your personal goals. Here's the bottom line, guys. These people are not going to stop you from shining in what it is that you're meant to do unless you allow them to. And by allowing them to, what I mean is you're willing to stop living your dreams because this person says it's not such a good idea. Don't worry about these people. This placement with Saturn right now is teaching you that you can do whatever you need to do despite the voices that might be very loud against it. It's either their own fears, their own motives, whatever it is, maybe even they're concerned for you and what you're doing. You have to go with what your heart tells you to do. And if your heart is telling you that these goals and dreams and career choices are what resonates with you the most, then you have to do that despite what other people say. And don't worry about them. They'll either come around eventually and see your point of view, or they won't. And if they don't, well, then you got their number, and now they just showed their true colors, and that's definitely in your favor. So you guys, don't dim your shine for anybody, and have a great week with that. Sagittarius, too much thinking can be a bad thing sometimes if it's getting a little bit excessive, and that might be what it's all about this week, especially when you have so many things on your plate, so many things that they might even be threatening to fall off. If you're spending too much time focused on something in your mind, especially of an emotional nature, it's definitely going to get in the way of the organization of getting all of those things done. When you have a situation like that keeps repeating and you can't let go of thinking about it, there is a reason for it. You are holding on to it by thinking about it over and over again. And when you say, I'm going to stop thinking about this, and it keeps coming up, there's a reason for that too. It means that there's a root there somewhere, and it's time for you to face it. Everybody has their inner demons, and this time, with this situation, if it keeps coming up, it's time to face that inner demon inside of you. Never pleasant, never fun, but afterwards, it's not holding you back anymore. It's not getting in your way anymore, and you can focus on organizing all of those yummy things that are on that plate. So you guys, do a good job. Understand why you're overthinking these things. Be productive. Get it done. Move on. And have a great week with that. Capricorn, Pluto's placement in this nasty T-square with Uranus, Mars, Mercury, and the Sun feels like an anchor on your foot, not allowing you to make the changes that you need when it comes to your foundation. And a lot of frustrations may be taking place, and unfortunately, it takes over some space in here in your thought processes. When these frustrations happen, and it can seem like one frustration after another, the more you're thinking about the frustrations, the more frustrations you're actually causing to happen, and it just keeps going and going and going. You wind up getting lost completely in the frustration, and it starts to fan out in other aspects of your life, such as your relationships and even those really important career and personal goals there. Now, everybody would love to have just that brilliant, beautiful, white light energy flow to get things done every day, especially you Capricorns who like to really get things done every day. And it's definitely there with Pluto's position with Neptune this week. But in order to access that energy flow, you got to get out of your head. The more time you spend focused thinking about the frustrations, that's the power, that where the power is going. It's towards the frustration. It becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's going to dim that energy flow. Let those go. Turn off the brain. Say, okay, I'm frustrated. I was frustrated. Now I'm letting the frustration go, and I'm not letting it get in my way. Once you do that, you could tap back into that energy flow, and the things that might have been bigger frustrations turn into much smaller frustrations. Nothing that's really significant anymore. So this is all about avoiding a bunch of little things piling up into a big thing that literally makes you blow your stack at the end of the day because you can't take it anymore. Because the truth is, this right here is going to make that happen, and you have complete control over that. So you guys have a great week with that. Aquarius, when it comes to those you love this week, your intuition is your best ally, especially around those who may not be telling the whole truth about things that are going on around them. And we're talking about things that are not necessarily good things, but things that are bothering the individual. Everybody knows those people that clam up, and when you know innately that something is wrong, they don't want to share. Using your intuition to help this person doesn't mean that you use your intuition to go over and get all the details and facts about what this person is going through. That's not appropriate. but you can use your intuition to allow you to understand them on an emotional level. Therefore, you can also give them the advice or help them with anything that they may need help with on their level, instead of forcing your opinions of how you do things on these people. Now, Aquarians are really, really, really good at being able to step out of themselves and step out of the emotions of the situation in order to help just about anybody. This, for me, for example, there's very few people that I can't do that with. For the most part, I can do that with just about anybody, and it does depend on the situation. But take yourself out of it emotionally so you don't feel like you're being drawn into it with the individual. And this allows them to be able to open up on their own pace, let out whatever it is that's bothering them, and then be able to heal from that afterwards. It's a beautiful opportunity also for some bonding time with this person, and so many beautiful things really can come out of this situation. So use that intuition. You don't want to avoid these things happening because you want to avoid emotions. Take yourself out of it. It's not about you in the first place. It's about helping somebody else. And these people that you love really are the most important people that you can help. So you guys just rock at it and have a great week with that. And finally, Pisces. Neptune is aspecting Pluto, Mars, and Mercury in beautiful ways for you this week. No negative aspects. We've had enough of those for the last few months. This is all positive flowing energy, especially when it comes to making the changes that you need to make in order to see the progress, feel the energy, and communicate your needs when it comes to your career and your personal goals. And this change is really in you. It's in your mindset and how you're seeing things. It has been a difficult couple of months, but shake it off, leave it in the past, because that's where it is, and really focus on the now and where you're going. And listening to your inner voice and allowing that to guide you will take you down paths that are simply amazing. Well, you'll find at the end of that journey, you'll find yourself in a place where you wanted to be, and in some cases you were meant to be. It may also provide opportunities that you hadn't thought of yet, but your intuition will guide you to where you need to be in order to be as successful as you want to be. So this week is really all about blessings. You can count them, you can not count them, it really doesn't matter. But you may have so many blessings this week, might be a little bit overwhelmed, and it's always okay to be overwhelmed by blessings. So you guys have a great week with that. Thank you so much for watching the horoscopes this week. I'm Melissa Bruce, the Heavy Metal Psychic. Don't forget to check out all the lovely things that we're doing right now, especially in our group Grateful Fairy Wings Faithfuls on Facebook. We've got classes that just started up, but we're always doing more classes. And in the works right now, it's all right here, but it'll be manifesting itself to reality soon. We have an amazing program coming out for you guys. Intense personal and spiritual development that is going to be fantastic. And it's going to be run by myself and my lovely partner in crime, Wings to Soar, Sherry Gamble. So keep your eyes out for that and make sure that you're a part of that group, because if you're a part of that group, you're going to be the first ones to hear about it before everybody else does. So check it out. Check out our website. Check out our Facebook pages. Check out our shows, The Heavy Metal Psychic, and of course now Beyond the Stars with Wings to Soar, Sherry Gamble, and our good friend Vicki Johns, also on Tuesday nights on ParamaniaRadio.com. There's so much awesomeness going on. I just don't have time to tell you about all of it. So you guys have a great week, and I will see you next week. Make sure you rock it.